Title: The Burning Heart, Nappa's Redemption. Setting: after the battle with the Z fighters, Earth, wastelands. The wind howled through the craters of the battlefield. The air was heavy with dust and blood. Nappa, battered and broken, lay in a smoldering crater after being struck down by Vegeta's merciless energy blast. Pathetic, Vegeta snarled as he turned away, believing Nappa to be dead. Goku stood across the battlefield silent, watching with a mix of sorrow and disgust. Vegeta soared into the sky, leaving the ground behind to prepare for his duel with Goku. As silence returned, the faintest twitch of Nappa's fingers stirred the dust. His eyes opened slowly, pained and barely conscious. Nappa was still alive. Nappa's breath came in shallow gasps. His armor cracked, his body broken. "Why?" he whispered to the sky. Why did Vegeta leave me to die? We were the last of us." My brother-in-arm, blood pooled beneath him and his vision blurred, but as darkness began to pull him under, a radiant light enveloped him, warm, golden, not like the harsh light of a Saiyan scouter or the cold emptiness of space. The battlefield melted away, and Nappa found himself in a quiet, peaceful realm. Endless skies, gentle grass, and a light that shone from above. A figure stood before him, robed in white, eyes like fire and water, filled with power, but with compassion that pierced to the soul. It was Jesus Christ. Nappa struggled to lift himself. Who are you?" "I am Jesus, the Son of God," the Lord said gently. "You are between life and death, Nappa of the Saiyan race, but I have come because your heart cries out." Nappa gritted his teeth. "My heart? What would you know about that? My people are dead, my pride is crushed. I was betrayed by my own prince. I lived to destroy and now I die as garbage." Jesus sat beside him. "You carry the burden of a destroyed people, a heart twisted by anger and a soul broken by rejection. You think no one sees, but I do. I see every wound, even those hidden behind pride." Nappa looked away. His voice trembled. "They said we were elite, that our power was all that mattered. But now I realize I meant nothing to Vegeta. Nothing. You were taught to kill, to conquer, and to survive," Jesus said, "but that is not the fullness of life. Power without love leads only to destruction. You seek purpose, yet you lived without truth." "And what is truth?" Nappa spat bitterly. Jesus reached out and a vision unfolded before Nappa. Families, children, entire planets. People he had slain in conquest. His hands trembled. "I didn't know their names," Nappa said, choking. "I never cared. I was told to obey, to destroy. That was what it meant to be a Saiyan." "But you were created for more," Jesus answered. "Even now I offer you grace. Not because you earned it, but because I love you. Even the vilest heart can be made new if it repents." "Repent?" Nappa's voice broke. "Why would you offer that to me? After everything I've done, why would you care?" "Because I died for you," Jesus said simply. "On a cross I bore the punishment of all sin, yours included. I gave my life so that even a broken warrior like you might live again. Not in rage, but in peace." Tears, something Nappa hadn't felt since childhood, welled up in his eyes. "Can I really change?" "If you turn to me and believe," Jesus said. "Yes." Nappa bowed his head, and for the first time in his life, pride gave way to sorrow. I believe, forgive me, Lord." And the light of heaven embraced him. Days later, Goku walked past the remnants of the battlefield, following the trail left after Vegeta's defeat. Something stirred in the rubble. He stopped, his eyes widened. "Nappa?" The older Saiyan groaned, alive, barely. Goku pulled him up, shocked. "You're alive? How?" Nappa's eyes opened, and though tired, they were no longer burning with rage. "I shouldn't be," he rasped. "But someone gave me a second chance." "You mean someone helped you escape?" "No," Nappa said, shaking his head weakly. "Not someone from this world." He clutched something close to his chest, a piece of scorched stone etched with a symbol, a cross. "I met someone called Jesus Christ." Goku was stunned, unsure how to respond. But he knew one thing: Nappa was not the same man. Nappa, after his recovery, left the battlefield not to conquer, but to wander. He sought to learn what he had missed all his life: compassion, peace, and redemption. Though the galaxy still feared the name of Nappa, he now walked it with humility, telling those who would listen, "I was a destroyer, a killer, a fool, but now I serve the one true King, Jesus Christ." There's more to power than strength. There's salvation. And if he could forgive me, he can forgive anyone. And thus began the story of a scion once lost in rage, now a warrior of grace.